What I like about UConn is Stephon Castle's game.
Go, Spurs, go, 'cause the Giants stay.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports, TGIF, by the way. A lot have been talking about a player that you might want us to draft is Stephon Castle, and I thought, you know what? Let's dig into his scouting report. This one courtesy of Hoops Hype. Let's get into it. He is 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan from UConn. And right now, mock drafts have him going anywhere between 2 and 7. We'll take a quick timeout right here. I think the Spurs want Castle. They're going to have to draft him with their 4th overall pick. Every mock draft I've seen has him going in between 5 and 7. I don't see him falling to 8 if the Spurs want him. And he drops to 8. Great. I'm all on board, but I have a feeling if we want Stephon Castle, we're going to have to take him 4th overall. Moving down to the scouting report, in 32 games with UConn, Castle averaged about 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists per game. Shot 47% from the field, 26% from beyond the arc, and 76% from the free throw line. Also, he recorded about half a block, 1 steal, and 1.5 turnovers per game. Okay, so far, not much to work on there, but we do need to go into his strengths, and I think this is going to give us a better picture of what Castle can bring to the Spurs. Large body guard with scoring, rebounding, and playmaking abilities. Good. Versatile and coachable. I like the word coachable anytime I'm reading positives with a draft prospect. Strong and quick, a terrific rebounder, capable of playing at a starting level lead guard or positionless role player. Okay? Solid ball handler who rarely gets stripped with good passing and decision making. Okay? High basketball IQ. Another thing we like to see. That's very Spursy, right? Coachable IQ. Legitimate two-way threat, also something you like to see. Can do it on both ends, just not one end. And a versatile defender. That being said, he's got some weaknesses. Lacks elite athleticism and consistency in his jump shot. Not a true floor general. Needs to be more creative as a scorer and passer. Uncertain about true position at the next level. Is he a point guard? Is he a shooting guard? Is he a combo guard? Does it matter as the NBA becomes more and more positionless? Probably doesn't matter in the long run. And needs to improve its jump shot. Well, we saw jump shot in there twice. Consistency in jump shot, and needs to improve its jump shot. Okay, got some work to do on the shooters. Then we have some draft notes. I wanted to point out some highlights or lowlights, depending on how you look at it, in regards to what people are saying about him. I don't see him as a point guard. I don't know if he's got the skill set to be a point guard. Just because you can handle the ball and pass a little doesn't mean you're a point guard. And if we were to draft Castle, we are drafting him to be our point guard of the future. Are we not trying to mold him into that? Castle has a bit of a bigger body than Isaiah Collier and is probably a bit better of a defensive player, but I view him more as a combo guard. We've been talking about that already in this video. Is he more of a combo guard? His shooting is an issue. He's strong and can switch defensively. He's probably one of the better defenders in this draft class, and defense is certainly something we can use, Spurs fans, in buckets. I think he can make an impact directly on that end. He's a good kid and works hard. So far, we're liking everything that we've read about him, right? Let me give the old TSR 2 cents, if you will. I think we got to compare him to Tre Jones. He's our starting point guard, has been our starting point guard for the most part the last 2 years. Castle is going to be much bigger. 6'6" versus 6'1". Actually, I did read somewhere in a side note that Tre Jones, 6 foot or under 6 foot without his shoes on. This whole weird thing with measuring players with their shoes on and measuring them with their shoes off. That's their real height. I don't care if their shoes are adding 1, 2, or 3 inches to their height. It doesn't matter. I want to know their actual real height. Anyway, 6'6" to 6'1". He probably would be an immediate defensive upgrade. And seeing some of his plays where he can dunk, he's already going to be a better finisher above the rim. We saw Tre Jones dunk literally 1 time last season. That being said, Tre Jones is a pure point guard. Castle is not that right now. He may never be. He's definitely not going to be ready to start a point guard. If the Spurs were to draft him at 4 or if he falls to 8, he's not getting put into the starting lineup. I can't imagine he would, but stranger things have happened. We did try Jeremy Sohan at point guard, so you never know. But I think they would roll with Tre or maybe be trial by fire. Who the heck knows? I don't think he's starting. I'm not sure if he'd be the right fit in the court. If he was to start, having Sohan out there who is inconsistent with a jump shot and all over the place with his three-pointers, and Castle out there who needs to work on his jump shot, could absolutely destroy our floor spacing, which we saw that last season in droves. when we had defenders sagging off left and right on Wemby when he did not have the ball, and when he did get the ball, my goodness, double teamed, sometimes triple teamed. I don't want to see that again in year 2 where Wemby just gets the ball and there's a crowd of defenders around him because they just don't care about our guys being out there and say, Jeremy, Stephon, go ahead and shoot. What you got? Brick. Okay. See you on the next air ball. That being said, many of you have said he's Spursy, and some of the things I read about him today sound Spursy. And he certainly could develop into an adequate, if not more than adequate, point guard offensively. Defensively, I don't think we have anything to worry about. I think based on what we know about him, what we've seen about him, he's going to be fine there. It's the offense. Will that come together? Is he going to be an offensive liability for the Spurs with his shooting? Don't know. Time will tell. If the Spurs take him at 4, I'd be totally okay with it. My girlfriend's a huge UConn fan. She would, of course, absolutely love to see one of her guys on our team playing with Wemby, and that would make me happy, too, to see her happy. So whatever happens, happens. This is a pick I'd be okay with if we get him. I'm not sure I love him at 4, if I'm being honest. But if he fell to 8, I'm all in. If Zachary still, I know some of you agree, some disagree. If Reece Shea is there at 4, that's who I want. I think we need help at the wing. And next year's draft class is deeper. I think you guys have said there are better point guards in next year's class. So if we're going to be a lottery team again, which I think we are, maybe we get our point guard of the future there. Who the heck knows? We don't know what's going on, but there's Castle in a nutshell, and maybe we'll see in a Spurs uniform someday. Maybe we won't. Well, I forgot to say this because I don't say it at the beginning anymore. If you haven't done so already and you made it to the end, be sure to hit the like. It does help the channel. Fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious. Hit the subscribe button if you'd like to join our Spurs community. Absolutely love going live with you guys, doing draft videos, news videos, and getting your opinions. I do read every comment. Can't reply to everyone, but I read every single comment, and I certainly just enjoy reading your takes on our Spurs. And that's all I got. Like, comment, subscribe. So thank you all. Hope you're having a great weekend. And until the next one, and as always, go Spurs, go.
And then you pass it to Wemby.